In the heart of the Nyanga Kingdom, where the mighty rivers glistened like threads of silver under the sun, and the vast forests whispered ancient tales, there lived a woman named Adana. Her beauty was unmatched in the kingdom, skin like polished ebony, a regal posture, and eyes that glowed with a golden, otherworldly light. Many suitors from neighboring kingdoms sought her hand, bringing gifts and promises of riches, but she turned them all away. Whispers of her beauty and power spread like wildfire across the land. Some called her a goddess, others a curse, and yet none dared to question her silence or approach her with anything other than admiration. What the kingdom did not know was that Adana was not entirely human. Her lineage was of the ancient Naga, creatures born of serpent spirits who ruled the deep, hidden parts of the sacred river that ran through Nyanga. Her ancestors had long kept their true nature secret, blending in with the people of the kingdom. But Adana had inherited something different, a power that transformed her when the moon was full. By day, she appeared as a stunning woman of the people, walking the streets with grace and beauty. Yet beneath the surface, a part of her was always different. As the moon rose, her skin would shimmer, and her form would melt into something altogether more powerful. When the moon was full, she became a magnificent black panther, her sleek coat glistening in the moonlight, her golden eyes shining bright like a beacon in the night. One day, as the sun set behind the peaks of Nyanga, a young warrior named Jahi arrived in the kingdom. He was different from the other men who came with gifts and promises of wealth. Jahi was strong, brave, and kind-hearted, with a wisdom beyond his years. But what set him apart was his sincerity. Unlike the others who were captivated by Adana's beauty, Jahi was drawn to her spirit. He saw not only her external radiance, but the sorrow that seemed to rest in her eyes. Her beauty held a mystery, and Jahi was determined to unravel it, not with lavish gifts, but with patience and understanding. Adana, for the first time, found herself intrigued. Despite the fears she harbored about revealing her true self, there was something about Jahi that felt different. He did not worship her from afar, nor did he try to win her with false words. He simply wanted to know her, to understand her. Their connection grew with time. They spent hours together under the canopy of ancient trees, exchanging stories and laughter, finding solace in each other's company. Adana, though conflicted by the secret she kept, felt a warmth in her heart that she had never known. She began to fall for Jahi, even though she feared the day he would learn the truth about her. After months of quiet, stolen moments, Adana and Jahi were married in a grand ceremony. The kingdom rejoiced, and people from distant lands came to witness the union. But Adana's heart was heavy with a secret she could no longer hide. Every full moon, she would vanish from their home, disappearing into the wilderness before sunset and returning only at dawn with no explanation. Jahi, trusting and devoted, honored her absences, never questioning where she went or what she did. However, as time passed, whispers began to grow louder among his family and the villagers. Some began to speculate that Adana's beauty was the result of dark magic. The elders of the village, known for their wisdom, started to ask questions. "Why does she disappear every full moon?" they whispered. "What is she hiding?" Jahi, though not swayed by the rumors, began to feel the weight of doubt creeping into his heart. He had always trusted Adana completely, but the mystery surrounding her absences began to gnaw at him. One night, unable to contain his curiosity any longer, he decided to follow her. As the full moon rose high in the sky, he quietly slipped from their home and crept into the forest, staying hidden behind the massive baobab trees that lined the riverbank. Jahi watched from his hiding place as Adana made her way to the river's edge. The moonlight bathed her in an ethereal glow, and Jahi's heart raced in anticipation. He could see her body shimmer, as though the very fabric of reality bent around her. His breath caught in his throat as Adana's human form began to shift. Her legs fused, her spine arched, and in moments, the woman he had married was no more. Before him stood a magnificent black panther, her coat shining with an otherworldly sheen, her golden eyes glowing brighter than ever before. Jahi's heart skipped a beat. He could not move. He stood frozen, staring in awe and fear. The creature before him was powerful, graceful, and undeniably beautiful. Yet, the sight left him in turmoil. His mind raced with confusion, wonder, and fear. He had loved Adana before he knew this secret, but now, standing before him was something ancient, something that defied everything he had ever known. Adana, sensing his presence, turned swiftly. Her eyes met his, and in that moment she understood that the truth had been revealed. "You were never meant to see this," she whispered, her voice filled with sorrow. "Now you must choose. Can you still love me?" Jahi's heart trembled, but he did not run. He stepped forward, recalling every moment they had shared, every tender word, every shared laughter. He had loved her before knowing her truth, and in that moment he realized that nothing had changed. She was still the woman he had pledged to cherish. With a trembling voice, he whispered, "I love you, no matter what." But the villagers had followed Jahi, curious about his late-night disappearance. When they saw Adana's transformation, their fear erupted. They screamed, calling her a monster, a creature of darkness, something unnatural. "She must be destroyed," they cried in unison. "She is evil." Adana's heart sank as the villagers closed in, their faces twisted with fear and hatred. Jahi stood before them, his body tense, his voice a roar of defiance. "She is no monster," he shouted, his voice carrying the weight of his love for her. "She is my wife, and she has never harmed a soul. If you fear her, it is because you do not understand her." But the mob's fear was too strong, and their anger too deep. Fearing for Jahi's safety, Adana made a heart-wrenching decision. With one last, lingering look at her beloved, she whispered, "I will always love you," before she vanished into the shadows of the forest, her panther form slipping into the night like a shadow. Jahi called her name, running after her, but she was gone. Every night after that, he stood at the river's edge, hoping for a glimpse of her, a sign that she was still out there, watching over him. On moonlit nights, he would see her golden eyes in the distance, watching him from the edge of the forest, a silent promise that she was never truly gone. And so, the legend of the Panther's bride was born, told through the generations as a tale of love, loss, and the fear of what lies beyond the understanding of humankind. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more enchanting stories like this. See you in the next video.